Aloha, beautiful pod. Unity Grace here. Miracles in cosmic love. This beautiful windy afternoon in the garden, and we're just doing a little drop-in with some links and a special little ceremony that has occurred in the synchronicity of alignments with creation and all the beautiful things that are occurring in this miracle. So hopefully we can hear through the wind, and yeah, maybe that helps a little bit with the wind. So we're doing a little drop in to talk about agape love and what is occurring on the planet, and a little ceremony that we just did here, which we would like to share with you, the little altar. And there's a lot of sacred items on this beautiful little altar here. And we've been having a lot of miraculous synchronicities and alignments, and we know that all of we beautiful family are experiencing the same thing. And so we are in the garden, and today the guidance said to get in the teleportation craft and start teleporting. And we ended up in Alhambra. And so there's a lot of synchronicity to that because we are in this tremendous window in alignment that connects. It's a holographic window that goes from June 5th to the 8th, even though time isn't real and doesn't exist. It connects to the Venus alignment, or the Venus transit that we just completed, that went from June 2012 to June 2020. And so that has been a very big transitional phase in our relationships. Right now, you could go back in your life to June of 2012 and track what was occurring to understand what is happening in your reality now. And basically that Venus transit, that 8-year cycle for all of us, has been a massive shift in relationship and how we are relating. And so it helps us to put things into perspective if we're going through big shifts, or most people have already gone through them, and now we, as that 8-year cycle just ended a few miracle days ago, right around the time of the eclipse, we are in a completely different place inside of ourselves, a unified field of oneness and unity consciousness. And so we wanted to share a little bit about agape love from Alhambra, which is a very synchronistic to discover we self here. And we just did a ceremony at 3:33 in the perfect miracle alignment, because when we're aligned with source consciousness and oneness, we can't miss a destiny appointment. And this beautiful conch shell that was gifted to we from Miss Freedom Love and from some beautiful friends in Kauai, a shell that has been used in many ceremonies. We have been using this shell to sound the trumpets. So if you go to the writings of Shane Shima and the comets that just crossed on the 22nd of May, Comet Atlas and Comet Swan, those alignments really represent the swan song on the stage. So we are in the completion stages of a whole journey of realignments inside of the self. And so, you know, we may still see what appears to be chaos playing out on some levels of the stage, but that's because of the realignment to come into what we call agape love. And that's what allows humanity to move into a higher experience and a higher external reality, or shift in the external reality occurs as we come into this agape alignment. And so we have been listening to the 12th Insight, and the same author as who wrote the Celestine Prophecies. And there's been, of course, massive synchronicities with where we are right now, and every time we turn it on, more massive synchronicities come through, including this piece today. So we have included the links for the 12th Insight. It's you can get it on YouTube, the whole book, and listen to it on YouTube, and it's helping to explain what's really happening on the planet right now with the extreme polarization that we see on some levels, while others are really experiencing the benevolence of are a very important thing, and the 12th Insight talks about the shifting mechanics inside of the collective human consciousness. If this love stream is inspiring, please share it. That's called gifting. And so discovering, as we got in the light ship today, we spent some miraculous time in the mountains and at a very special oasis in the desert. We like to call it all the gardens, so we don't like to give place names to the garden anymore and create separation in the garden. But Monica, I just noticed you said this looks like a park by your house. I better check that out. we better message each other after this love stream and find out. And so this beautiful tree called to we for this sacred ceremony of blowing this miraculous conch again, which we have been sounding as we have been traversing the garden in miracle alignments. We have some soccer players really close by, and they just want to be in the love stream also because they want to feel the agape love. So yeah, what the 12th Insight talks about, it helps people to understand what's occurring so that when we understand the mechanics, we can come into a faster alignment. We, Miracles in Cosmic Love, Unity, Grace, have been sharing a lot of meditations to help get people out of the polarized mind and take us into different places inside of us in the quantum. So I put all the links for the different meditations there into the deep. Amrita, Celestine, and Celestial Love. And there's two versions of Celestial Love, one with music and one without, so you can see if either of them resonate. But they help to take us shortcut into that place of stillness and into the quantum, because maybe we need some assistance to get there through brain balancing and through what comes in the transmission in the space between the words. That is a doorway or a gateway to that quantum place inside of us. So the beauty of the agape love, and that's why all relationships on the planet through this Venus transit have been in transformation. Every single relationship, no matter who it's been with, has to move to what we call a universal love. We had a Buddhic Awakening on the 10th of May 2017 to help facilitate this. Most people don't know what happened or what that means, but the lesser Kosh fell away with all the old archetypes and all the old stories, which started dissolving, and that started dissolving our blueprint. It started dissolving our relationships with each other and with everything as we had known them inside of a duality consciousness. And so in the beautiful synchronicities of grid work and this miraculous window of June 5th to the 8th and how it connects into that Venus transit, as we say, the Venus transit from June of 2012 to June 2020 was to take us through the process internally to make the shifts inside of us so that we could be prepared. The prophecies, the Hopi Prophecy, all the different prophecies spoke about this transformation time that would be coming. One of the things that the Hopi Prophecy said is that at this time, men and women would tend to live apart because we have been going through this place of coming into self-sovereign. And so we'll just show you the altar again. We have been having miraculous ceremonies, a lot of profound synchronicities over the eclipse. We were given a very special gift from Babaji's beautiful sanctuary in the Himalayas, and this amazing 144,000 sided vocal crystal. We just got gifted some more very special corn, and all of these lovely things all have symbolism. And of course Ganesh is helping all of us to make these tremendous shifts and to ride the wave like we really enjoy it. And that's why Unity Grace has been sharing things to help us get into a place inside of us of activating our dopamine and our serotonin. And we've been talking about this a lot lately, that it comes from the dantian, from this lower area, our belly. And really we will continue to share ways to help people get into that space. Even if you just put your hand on it, on your dantian, your lower belly, hold your hand there, and just meditate on that area and allow the consciousness to move out of the head and down into the dantian, because the dantian contains the love bliss chemistry. And when we learn to get our focus back down to the dantian, that chemistry can start to bubble up, percolate like a spritzer, and rise up through our heart into our head, and we can begin to feel the natural chemistry of our beautiful bodies as these mechanics of our light ships are turning on to agape love, which is transforming our relationship with everything. We always called it Buddhic love, or that universal love. That human consciousness had to transcend the soul body, the fourth body, the causal body, which had us come back into reincarnation cycles and to work out relationships with each other. In order for our collective consciousness to ascend together, and for the external reality to shift, and for us to see what is really here and what has always been here, we collectively move into a universal love consciousness. And the agape love, the universal love, means we love a blade of grass as much as we love ourselves, as much as we love each other. And that's why primary partnerships also take a very big shift, because primary partnerships have to break down those bonds of favorites, and we begin to experience this unified field of love. And that's what allows the external reality to take the complete and total shift, so that, like in the Celestine prophecy in the movie, when they have the 12th insight, the external reality, it shifts right before their eyes, and they can see something there collectively together they couldn't see before, because they're holding a unified field of universal love consciousness. So hopefully that gives you a little hand in what might be going on. If the love stream is inspiring, please share it. That's called gifting. It's very synchronous to be at Alhambra Park, or Alhambra in Washington Park. Even though we don't say names, we're saying it because there's a lot of synchronicities in the names. The external matrix is shifting and changing. everything is about to shift. And someone sent me a link today saying that the head of the Minneapolis police is putting in the order for the dissolution of the police, and calling that all other police forces do that also, and that the people begin to become our own caretakers and hold the peace together ourselves. So there's massive shifts that are occurring. June is a pivotal month, even though time isn't real and doesn't exist. Like, allow yourself to totally go into this. Allow yourself to bring in the galactic celestial codes that are coming, and continue to allow yourself to take advantage of what we all created for ourselves, which is the spaciousness to be in metamorphosis and to enjoy it and celebrate it, and all that is coming. Because even though time isn't real and doesn't exist, the second half of what would be 2020, welcome to extremely profound shifts in the consciousness, because as we come into a unified field of agape love, we activate the collective diamond light body, which is the diamond matrices, or the diamond light matrices are where we are able to go back into the gifts of teleportation and telekinesis, all these things that are already happening. So check out the 12th Insight. The link is there for CD number 1, and you can find all the other CDs if you're interested in listening. But it talks about synchronicity. It talks about the steps in terms of what is happening right now and how to advance ourselves forward joyously, collectively, and to celebrate what's happening. Just like the Hopi Prophecy said, this could be a time of celebration, and it truly is. And so this beautiful conch shell was, once again, the trumpet was blown at Alhambra today, and in this amazing, significant holographic window of June 5th to the 8th, it is a fully holographic gateway of transformation. And you can look back on June 5th to the 8th in every year to see what you're doing, and you'll probably discover really amazing synchronicities. And so there's what we've been doing in the etheric or the energy fields, is we've been setting things up for all of those dominoes to fall, everything to go, Rolodex go, everything to come into alignment now. Like the 60th gene says, Gaia and the cells, the 60th CD ignites in multiple beings. Gaia and the cells that make up her consciousness into reality. And Richard Rudd goes on to say, we don't know what it looks like, but it's programmed in the depths of our DNA, and it's already in existence. And that's because in all the other realms that maybe we couldn't see, or we weren't fully conscious of working or playing in, everything that we've been doing in all of those other realms is all now coming to fruition, because everything is in place, and the diamond matrix and our diamond light body, and we love we, and it is a time of celebration. And we leave we with one more little view of this beautiful special piece from Babaji's, from we's new friend Priya, from the massive and amazing synchronicities that happened last miracle week during the eclipse. We had a very, very special ceremony on Friday with a synchronistic gathering. And we love we. Juniper said my voice is being drowned out by the wind, but you just have to read my lips. We love we. And we trust that the transmission is in the space between the words. Love we all so much. Beautiful pod. Keep swimming and flowing. Mwah!